Action. Let's go back to patting myself on the back. So fantasy versus reality. Kirk Cousins, check. Tua Tagovailoa, check. And Travis Kelce, double check. Houston Texans are a really good team. We don't want you on our bandwagon.
What? Why not?
No. Some of those tests. Are you an alley cat or a lap dog? Can't work under these conditions.
And so he gave up full naming rights to both twins to be at this game.
Are you serious? Yeah. I like calamari.
Calamari is not a vegetable.
I agree, bro. I agree. Cauliflower.
Sorry,
play of the day.
This is the most outrageous play.
Why am I screaming? I don't understand why I'm
no one knows.
Good morning. What's up? Look at the Boston. You got the little, is that a mistletoe?
It's some holly.
Okay, some holly.
Feeling both holly and jelly despite what my teams keep doing to me.
Teams? That's multiple teams?
I know you're Boston. The Boston ones. I'm only talking about the Boston ones.
Oh, so you're not well-rounded like I thought you were.
I'm quite round. What you want me to pick like an NFC team?
Yes. Yeah, you got to pick one right now. Pick your NFC team. You got to roll. We don't want you on our bandwagon.
What? Why not?
No.
Why?
We don't. No, we don't. Pick another team.
It's rude.
So, you're from Boston. Speaking of rude.
Yeah, listen, Southern hospitality, my hiney. I was trying to join. I was trying to keep pounding. You took the drum away. I was mid wind up. The drum got yoinked out from underneath.
That's why you're not on there. You can't be on the wagon and you get the 2 seconds into being on the team. You're trying to do the keep pounding drum. No, pick another team.
The San Francisco 49ers.
You did that on purpose, you dirt.
I did the Panthers on purpose, too, yeah.
All right, you're on the San Francisco 49ers train. All right, that's your team. But you got to go a whole 365 days. So this time next year, if you can.
Do we play the West next year? I hope not.
It doesn't matter. You committed. Step, we're branding you.
So I can get branded permanently, but I can't pound the keep pounding drum?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You're married. You know how it goes.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You just go with it, right? You got 2 daughters. You got to go with it.
Yeah. I don't have much to say anymore.
No. All right. Some exciting football. And, hey, I've been reading a lot of the comments, man, and people talking about I'm ashy. Somebody figured out and picked up. You didn't pick it up last week when I said milliliters.
Oh, no, I did.
Milliliters are liquid. I'm a baker, so I know what milliliters are, and so I'm really interested. Nobody picked that up. Only I think one person who was a comedian picked it up. So, good job. Yeah.
You love the comments.
I'm actually enjoying the comments. It's giving me some refreshing things to kind of complain to YC about. Hey, we need this. We need that. Hey, add this, add that. YC's like, ah!
YC's going to disable the comments. Yeah, he's like, we're not done. Enough.
YC is like, hey, stop reading, stupid.
You're gonna see a comment. It's like, give YC $5,000. You go, who wrote this? Oh, Young Costanza. Who's that?
Hey, before Christmas is up, we got a shout out to all our technical team, which I'm still figuring out, and technologies segment. Hey, bro, your dog jumps on your bed?
This is the guest bed.
So if I'm a guest,
you get clean sheets. You get clean sheets.
Do I?
Of course, yeah. I'm not a monster. These get washed. I'm a very clean person, despite how I look. No, I know you're not. You're not in Buffalo anymore.
No. I'm a dog owner.
Mm-hmm.
And what? I'm not going. Listen, it's your house.
I'm a white
It's your
person
house.
dog owner. Let's
Let the record show Coley said that. Steve did not. So, all right. There's been a lot of football going on, and let's talk about the biggest two. I had some people talk about the Cowboys. Backstage Joe, who's in the building, he called me. It's like, I can't believe that the Cowboys, what were they doing? How did they allow the Jacksonville Jaguars to come back in? Like he's just disgusted. He's disgusted. The Cowboys lost that game. Do you know why, Coley? They lost that game. Oh, you're a Boston guy, so I love this. No, don't say I don't know. Just say what you're thinking, bro. Don't hold back.
My mind goes immediately to Mike McCarthy.
Why?
This is just historically what he does. It's getting to that point of the year where he starts not looking as competent as he does maybe the first half of the season when there's a little less pressure on. Every Packers fan in the comments knows what I'm talking about. Like, this is what Mike McCarthy teams do. They kind of fall apart. They don't see the finish line, and they don't know how to work towards it as a unit. That's why I say I don't know, because I can't pinpoint one specific thing on the team outside of him. He's the only consistent factor.
Okay. Well, there's some people that are pointing it to Dak Prescott. That's not correct. Kelvin Joseph, he just got benched. And I was just kind of like, wow. So I watched the game, and I really didn't see him getting – he got beat for a 59-yard play. And I'm like, he really wasn't doing that bad. Then I start digging deeper. I think he should be benched.
Okay.
I was like, nah, it can't be. All right, week 13, it kind of started, right? Second-year player out of Kentucky. He was the 44th overall pick, second round. He didn't play a lot last year, his rookie year. They played him in spurts, to use him in the box, trying to figure out what does he do well, what doesn't he do well. Man, week 13, four targets, 2 catches, quarterback rating, 110 when targeted. It doesn't get better, it gets worse. Week 14, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 118.8. So let's just round it up, 119. Quarterback rating when targeted, 80%. Week 15 just passed, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 66.7% when targeted, 149.3 quarterback rating. Here's his overall total thus far. 18 total targets, 12 receptions, 228 yards, average yards per reception, 19, 39 yards yak, longest 59 yards, 4 touchdowns.
So he's the weak link that
he is the weak link
targeting.
Now I went and looked at Trey Diggs' stuff, and Trey Diggs is a little bit less. I think he's or maybe higher, but here's the difference. Diggs has 3 touchdowns on him, 3 interceptions. Diggs also has more receptions on against him, like 71 targets. I think 34 receptions, but only like 300 yards. That's really good. You think about it, 71 targets, only 300 yards. Just a big difference. This defense is struggling. But one of the things I noticed at the 5-minute mark in the third quarter, 5-10, 27-10, the momentum shifted. And it shifted because the Jacksonville Jaguars actually have a really good team. Their defense is fast, physical, relentless. They get after everybody. But that offense that Doug Peterson has created, it's still not a finished product.
Right.
By any means. But they put so much pressure on the defense The Cowboys were running man coverage, zone coverage. They were blitzing, staying off. It was a tale of two halves. And there was nothing that Dallas could really do to stop offensively what the Jaguars were doing. The Jaguars were pressing. The only thing that I would say that I really didn't like was that it was just too much razzle-dazzle. And I like Doug Peterson, but sometimes he would give you the motion and then the jet sweep with this. And so sometimes instead of just bang, hitting it, like ETN was hitting some runs that were fantastic. Then they would do some stuff just kind of too cute. But the cuteness does put a lot of pressure on the defense. They have Ingram, former first-round pick out of Evan Ingram for the Giants. Zay Jones, who caught 1 million passes at ECU a couple of years ago, right? Second-round draft pick for the Buffalo Bills. Then he went to Las Vegas Raiders, and then now he's here with the Jags. You have Christian Kirk that people thought was, they paid too much for him. He's doing good. He was a little quiet this game than normal, but he's running really good, running some great routes, to be honest, man. Marvin Jones is doing what he's always done, which is sneaky make plays. Mm-hmm. Marvin Jones is one of those guys that I think that's why Kenny Golladay was given such a huge contract, because they thought that he would have the same impact that Marvin Jones has had after departing the Detroit Lions. Nope, just quite. A different player, right? He's a big box guy, body you. He's not healthy right now. He's not the best healthy at his best health, so that changes. But it's really just a tale of two halves. Second half, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 223 yards. 17 for 25 to, kind of going into that third quarter about that time, that 5-minute mark. Just really watching that. I thought I was going to go one angle, and then rewatching the game, I was like, But there is one thing that I would say that's going to be really interesting to see all these teams move forward. Is around this time near the playoffs come at the end of the season, you're going to start seeing interviews for playoff-bound teams. And that's going to affect a lot. And these interviews, I believe, are going to impact teams more than other teams, is when you have an offensive coordinator who interviews for a head coaching job. I've seen it happen time and time again. Offensive coaches who interview for head coaching jobs at some point in the playoffs, they do something that has nothing to do with the current team they're on. They do something to show the new team that they're interviewing, look at me. Look how smart I am. And they will do something so idiotic that will cost them. That is just like, it happens every year. Like a couple of years ago, it was Greg Roman. When he was with the Baltimore Ravens, he went out, interviewed at Cleveland, came out and had. Now, I got a lot of guys still down there in Baltimore to tell me a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to say it was all Greg Roman, but Greg Roman really did do some. Like, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, let's just play football. Like, don't start drawing up plays that we ain't ran all year. Right. The razzle dazzle. The flea flicker, flash, reverse, / Statue of Liberty, like just all of that. It happens every year. And so I thought that was the case, that Kellen Moore was doing that. But then when you watch the game over, right? Jacksonville just is a good – I put Jacksonville and Houston are two teams. Their records don't indicate how good they will be in the future.
I was like, Jacksonville might make the playoffs right now.
Yes, that's because the Tennessee Titans are falling off the wheel.
They sure are.
And it doesn't help that Ryan Tannehill is injured, that ankle's flaring back up. Now they got to go back to Malik Willis, who's not ready.
No.
Malik Willis is not ready to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. You know who else is not a starting quarterback in the National Football League?
So many teams.
Rookies. How about that?
Okay.
First 2 years. Let's do that. Let's
Davis Mills. First 2 years.
Oh no, yes. He's. I think they have decided he's not the guy. Yes.
Yeah,
Davis Mills. Yep. Who else?
Who's the rookies from this year? Why am I'm only thinking a lot
Ridder.
of rookies. Oh yeah. Duh.
Desmond Ridder is not the guy. Ridder has no ability to read beyond his first or second read. At best, second read is like a godsend if he doesn't. He only can make the first read. He has no ability to process fast enough. He's not ready. Bro, off the mark. Throws were off the mark. He was overthrowing people. Long ball, short ball. He focused on one receiver only, London Drake, who's not ready either. Physical specimen. He's not ready to be a wide receiver one in the National Football League. I believe that he needs probably another year or two of playing in the league to evaluate, will he be that guy? Ridder had bad throws. I mean, bad decision making. Like, he overthrew that ball badly. And I don't understand it. Like, he's going through his progression, right? He takes off running. Receiver is 5 yards from him. He almost 2 or 3 picks over and over. Just bad decision making. And I don't get it, right? And you see why Marcus Mariotta was upset. But then, there's film on Marcus Mariotta. He's not killing it himself now.
No.
Not even close.
Now, you always say you can practice as much as you want. There's nothing like Sunday. Could this be he looks much better next week, or what specifically is it that is just like
he will not he will not look better next week. I'm sorry. They're playing the Baltimore Ravens. He's not going to look better. He does not do well with pressure. He is a one-look guy and take off running. He looked uncomfortable. He had happy feet. He looked like Ridder looked like in the huddle when the pressure was coming, he looked like he was like me in Europe, where he forgot that they're on the opposite side, so he looked both ways before crossing the street. Is it right or is it left? Just screen plays. He just wasn't comfortable, right? And he has a long way to go, extremely long way to go. And then the other part, 4 sacks given up, pressure was all over the place. Hey, can you believe New Orleans had their first 3 and out at the 11-minute and 8-second mark in the fourth quarter? Think about that. What did you think as soon as I said that?
I thought you were going to say first quarter.
No. Fourth quarter was the first 3 and out.
You're talking their defense forced the 3 and out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's insane. Based on how poorly you were talking about Ridder, that's. I mean, were they just getting run on?
Defense.
I know Algier had a big game. Like, I know.
Yeah, but even Algier had a great game, right? I'm just saying Atlanta forced New Orleans' first 3 and out in the fourth quarter.
Oh, now I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Atlanta's
New Orleans.
Defense. Yeah.
Atlanta's defense forced the Atlanta Falcons forced New Orleans defense to have the first 3 and out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
4 minutes into the fourth quarter. Oh, I guess we'll punt now.
Well, I mean, it's Taysom Hill on the other side. What can you really do against that?
Stop him. Tackle them.
I can see that. Yeah.
Stay in your lanes. Get a PBU. I mean, something. Chris Olave. I love Chris Olave. He's a young guy. Has a lot of promise. When he gets some better coaching and some better team around him, Chris Olave is going to play some. He's a wide receiver 1. I can tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that Michael Thomas will be on that team next year. Just doesn't seem like things are working out. And that's just me tweeting. That's just reading between the Twitter sphere, right? Michael Thomas does not seem very happy in New Orleans for whatever reason.
No, I mean, he lost his coach and his quarterback, and now he's going to deal with another coach and multiple other lesser quarterbacks. I wouldn't, and the injuries on top of that. I wouldn't be too thrilled either.
No. But Juwan Johnson, he looked pretty good. He stayed open. This is a guy who has the potential, given opportunities. He's gonna do well. Big burly dude, man.
Oh yeah,
really good. Yeah, he's a monster. So, that's gonna be interesting.
Were you surprised Atlanta not only made the quarterback swap, but that they came out so flat defensively, given the playoffs were still very much in the picture for them? If they win that game, they're tied for the division.
Bro, the playoffs are not the playoffs are in the picture for every team in the NFC South.
Correct.
But we're at a place now that, like, they go to playoffs, but it's just more of an appearance.
So the players in the locker room, do they? No, I agree, but I'm not in the locker room.
I haven't asked anybody, and I've never been on a team. We either been decent, good, or bad.
Right.
I've never kind of been in this area where it's like, we get to make the playoffs, but we're going to get ran through as soon as we get to the playoffs.
Right.
Like, what do you do with that?
Well, that's why I'm curious, as like a player, do you even care? Like, are you like, I'm not saying they're throwing games to avoid the playoffs or anything. They're not talented enough to throw games, but like, if the whole division is in, like, even when you're on
shambles.
When you're saying you were on a decent team, I imagine someone else in the division, that meant they were great. You know what I mean? It's like, we know we're not them. When the whole division has the same record, we're entering week 16. This doesn't happen. Like, this is not a thing that happens historically. So it's like, do those players go, hey, yeah, we can actually win this division. We play the Cowboys first round. We could probably beat them. There's none of that going on.
No, I don't know. Like, I've never experienced this as a player. I've just experienced it as an analyst for the last couple of years, like watching these teams. And I don't want to like trash it because I know these guys are working their tail off. Right. They're hamstring for whatever reason. Quarterback, injuries, change of coaches, change of coordinators. Like, there's a number of reasons why, but I'm just not sure. But it's like, well, do you get excited to go to the playoffs in which you know you don't have a chance? You do not have a chance.
Do 23-year-olds, because a lot of these teams do have young guys who are just at Alabama or an LSU or an Ohio State. Do they think that way? Do they think we don't have a chance?
I'm 43. I'm not sure.
When you were 23, did you think oh, well, no one could cover me. Just get me the ball. We can win it. We can beat anyone.
Well, yes, I do. I did believe that. Right. I did believe I was uncoverable. Even when I was covered, I was open. I can admit that. Man, I was open. Man, you were covered. I was open in my
There are 3 guys on you. What are you talking about?
Like, I'm just looking at the playoff picture, and I just don't like. So I'm looking at the NFC, right? You got Philadelphia 1, Minnesota 2, thanks to Jeff Saturday. Shout out to Jeff Saturday playing for the other team. San Francisco 3, Tampa Bay 4. This isn't like the Arizona Cardinals when they had Larry Fitzgerald and my workmate Kurt Warner, Anquan Bolden. Like, they had some really good players. They just wasn't putting it together. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not going to get hot right now based off what we're seeing offensively. right? Tom Brady is a rhythm quarterback. This offense is, even though it's led by Brian Leftwich, it's still under the tree of Bruce Arians, and Bruce Arians is air it out. Mm-hmm. It's down the field, explosive plays. That's why they have so much speed. And Tom, at his age, even when he was younger and he had Randy, that was such a rare thing to see him put the ball down the field so consistently.
Agreed.
But Tom is a rhythm quarterback. Tom loves to get in there, use the run game as an off pitch, right? A curveball. Mm-hmm. But he's going to dink and dunk you. I believe the year he won a MVP, I think like 76% of his throws were like 12 yards and under.
Oh, yeah. First read, some hitch, some out,
yes,
like something first read, like he gets the ball, 3-step drop, it's out.
Yes, because he likes to throw, he likes to get the defense off kilter. And it's this, Tom Reed is the circle or the square, and this offense, if he's the circle, if he's the squares, this offense is the circle. It does not fit. Right? But if the box is big enough, it can. But that's why I said it's the square. It does not fit. This is not. Now that teams have, I don't want to say figure it out, but teams have adjusted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Things aren't happening.
I saw a stat last week, and I can't remember it exactly, but Mike Evans leads the league in yards erased by holding penalties. Like, even when Tampa does break out and get a big completion. They have 3 offensive linemen injured before the season started, and Wirfs has been out.
Yep.
That's
Big Red, Ryan Jennings.
That's killed them all year.
Oh man, listen, when the guy who sets up the whole offense is out, it's gonna take the center. Ryan's a rare breed. He's been around a lot of football. He's played a lot of different positions, guard, tackle, center. So he knows, he's well-versed and understands the game inside out. Big Red is one of those guys where there's another center that's out there like that. His name is A.J. Shipley. He was in Baltimore and then went to Arizona. He was a guy, he played center, guard,
AQ?
Tackle. AQ, yeah, AQ Shipley, yes, yeah. AQ was, man, he knew everything. Like smart, didn't look like a starting offensive lineman, but knew how to use his leverage, knew how to do different things. Then you got the Dallas Cowboys at 5, Giants at 6, Washington at 7, and the Commanders. Rhamondre is already saying, "Hey, Heineke's our guy. But if our offense keeps struggling to score touchdowns, we'll go back to we'll give the first round guy who hasn't done anything since his inaugural almost MVP season, Carson Wentz, he'll play."
Can the offense be expected to do anything when the wide receivers ask the refs if they're lined up correctly? The refs say yes and still throw a flag?
I've had that too.
Have you?
Man, you roll your eyes at the ref. Yeah. Because what happens is he'll say, "Hey, am I good?" Right? When you see a wide receiver kind of pointing, "Hey, am I good?" And he'll give you this, or sometimes, but here's what some refs do sometimes. Sometimes the refs aren't paying attention because they're multitasking. Mm-hmm. Like this only, I think, 4 or 5 refs, and they have so many different things. That's why sometimes the penalties aren't seen that way, and sometimes the ref throws a penalty based on the body language. Like when you see guys do that, that's because the refs are only seeing, like they're doing that drive-by traffic, and they see an arm flail, so they go, "Oh, he must have been held." So that's where it comes, because a sideline ref, a back judge, and a sideline ref, they're using space. They're not on one people. Think about it.
Right.
22 players on the field going 17, 15, 22, 23. 10, 5 miles per hour. That's all the different, 5 miles per hour is what a lineman doing when he first engages with a D tackle. Tyreek Hill's hitting 22. Buddha, Baker, and when he got the pick, and Swole Bones, DK Metcalf catches him running 22, according to AWS, 22 miles per hour. Do you think a lawyer, a lawyer by his job during the week is able to keep up when somebody going 22 miles per hour?
I'm always shocked that they're even close. Like, I'm always shocked at how good of shape they actually are in.
Oh, some of them are not in good shape.
No, for sure. But for the even in the NBA too, like keeping up with like the best athletes in the world, even being remotely close to them, always impresses me. Should refs be a full-time job?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know.
Do you think it would be better? Do you think officiating would be better?
This is so not on. This is not on topic. Is your daughter?
No, it's my wife.
Oh, where's your daughter? She's not going to make her appearance?
I don't think this week. I think she's got him in the car. She's going to find a fatter Santa from last week.
Are you serious? Yeah. Man, y'all are so ungrateful. Y'all are so ungrateful.
I was fine with the original picture. She wanted. But yeah, what? Talk about the out of shape ref. I want to hear it.
No, it's not an out of shape ref. I didn't see the ref pull a hamstring, chase it like, pow, and you just see him like he goes down. That's the worst. I've had a ref come in a game. I was in a training room one time getting tape, and ref comes in talking about he looking for some insoles. I said, "Oh, insole, that gets us a PI penalty right there. Those insoles are not for free. If you give them that insole, that's a PI penalty right there. I need one.
Yeah, at the minimum.
Yes. Yep.
I'm like the NFL makes too much money as a whole to not
get out their pockets now. Get out their pockets.
No, I will not to not make refs like that. That should just be their job. You know what I mean? Like pay them more so they don't have. This isn't baseball players in the 1920s. They shouldn't be working at the heavy box factory Monday through Friday and then playing baseball at night.
Yeah, some of those refs like accountants, lawyers, substitute teachers, professors. There's a lot of them. Like we used to get they'll run down their professions and like what their high percentage of calls are called, all that stuff. So I get a lot of good information. But let's go back to this playoff picture.
We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams eliminated. This late in the season, there's only 5 teams eliminated, which I love.
So let's do the NFC. Let's do the NFC.
Okay.
Right? Let's go with the Cowboys. Thought the Cowboys would win Jacksonville. Didn't win. They took the L. Do the Cowboys take the L against the Eagles?
Is Jalen Hurts playing? Can they beat Gardner Minshew? Well, they might not. He messed up his shoulder.
He's going to play. So is non-throwing shoulder?
I don't think they said. They just said his shoulder.
It's his throwing shoulder?
Oh, no.
I don't care. He's going to play. He's up for the MVP. He's going to play. I think he's going to play. I put it down as a loss for the Cowboys. So they're 5 right now. If they lose, they got to beat the Tennessee Titans.
Have to.
Tennessee Titans secondary is not going to show up.
They haven't all season. I don't know why they would that game.
They were showing up a few games, but it was based on who they were playing. So they win, and I think Chase will be playing by then, so I can see them losing to the Commanders. But if Carson Wentz is playing.
I was going to say, yeah.
Carson Wentz is playing. So let's see. They're 10 and 5 now.
They already clinched, so they're good. They're in the playoffs.
they clinched a spot, but that doesn't mean they clinched a berth, not clinched a spot. Is
they
that
got
correct?
a ticket. They don't know their seat yet.
Yes. So I think they can mess around. I think they can mess around and fall to 6 or 7.
Definitely. Yeah, that's still on the table for sure.
Woo! I would imagine 7 they don't want to fall because then they had to play Philly again.
But
if they drop,
yeah.
yes. But if they drop, well, actually,
because you'd have to play Minnesota first, which I don't think most teams are afraid of.
Correct. Yeah. You got this. You got the same problem. The secondary is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's 2 teams that nobody wants to play.
49ers and the Eagles?
Yep.
Well, right now, if Hurts' shoulder is worse, would you rather play Philly sooner in the playoffs? Would you rather try and to keep that injury not as rested?
I don't want to play Philly at all.
Because of their defense?
The 2 teams I don't want to play are Philly and the 49ers. Because their defense just is relentless.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out of NFC, the NFC South that'd be interesting. Coach Wilkes said he doesn't want anybody talking about it. But I don't see Tampa Bay. I mean, does Tampa Bay – right now, Tampa Bay will not beat – I don't think they will beat the Carolina Panthers. Not the way they're playing.
If the Panthers win out, they're in. They control their own destiny.
Yeah. But they got to play the Lions. Lions ain't a cakewalk.
No, they are not.
Talking about the Carolina Panthers.
Do you think you match up well with the Lions at least?
Nope.
The Panthers? No?
Not after what? I don't think we match up watching the Panthers play the Steelers. Let me just go on record right now and say I have been so impressed with TJ Watt. I have never seen a team look so average without him. And then TJ Watt comes back and he's just relentless. He impacts the game in so many ways. Like the offense looks good. Highsmith, shout out to Highsmith, University of Charlotte, University of North Carolina Charlotte. Yep, he's a heck of a player. I think he got 11 sacks. For him to come home and play in front of this was supposed to be a home game for the Panthers. It ended up being a home game for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They travel
well.
And
what's crazy is I told my wife that it was just a lot of – so here in Charlotte, you got obviously the Dallas Cowboy fans are everywhere.
Yep.
But, man, when Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills play in Charlotte, it's not a home game for the Panthers. There's so many people that live here in Charlotte that are Bills and Steelers fans. A lot of folks have moved down here.
I know Patriot games, it's pretty 50-50 too.
In Charlotte?
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention.
I mean, it's only every 4 years, so it's not.
Yeah.
And not even. It's every 8 years. So
yeah, it is.
I know there's a lot of Boston transplants that live in North Carolina that go to that game.
Yeah. Are you trying to hint that you may move down here?
I was not saying that, no.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you were. Yeah. Man, great. I saw a really good throw by Sam Darnold and Terrace Marshall Jr. Really great catch. Pretty phenomenal catch. Like just watching, you can see that the corner doesn't keep his eyes on the luggage. Goes ahead and gives and gives the corner, hey, this is your guy's safety. Lets him go down there. Sam Darnold stays in the pocket, constantly under pressure the whole time. Stays keeps his eyes down the field, reads the quarterback, reads the safety's eyes. Great throw. Pretty good throw by Sam. Man, just love DJ Moore. Great body control. DJ is really having a pretty good season, even though his numbers are down for the various reasons of, different quarterback play. You've had 3 different quarterbacks in there. Your head coach has been let go, defense coordinator, a lot of moving parts, but DJ has been steady Eddie. Also forgot a couple of weeks back to mention how well DJ Moore played against Patrick Surtain II. Really did well.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Moore is really has not been – he hasn't been given his flowers as much as he should. Great body control, gets off the press, lined up at a lot of different places, does a really good job. It's really cool to see that. The one thing that was disappointing, though, the Panthers didn't get 1 first down by running the football. And it wasn't because of they can't run the football. Pittsburgh Steelers, again, when TJ Watt is in the game, just different.
I think they're 5-2 when he plays this year. And
yes,
that's outrageous because that offense is not a real offense. Like it's so him carrying that team as he has, and they have good players on that defense behind him. But like you said, whatever it is, when he's on the field, they're a different animal.
The level of intensity for the defense and the offense is better. Just they play better. Micah Fitzpatrick, he's all over the field. He's constantly all over the field. It's just it's tough. Najee Harris, man, he's a tough player to tackle, is he not?
I wouldn't like to try. No, I'm glad I've never had to be tasked with that.
Oh, he doesn't. He is a really stout football player. When you see how big he is, lower body half, pulse. Also, just how smooth he runs. Very patient. Can stop on a dime, give you change, right? Just he goes with the flow. Matt Canada's offense is not great. It really isn't. He was an offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. He's a college coach who's in the pros, and his offense just hasn't translated to good good offensive play.
Do you think
right? Everybody thought it was Ben Roethlisberger. Ben's washed up. He's not very good. I would say a lot of it had to do with Ben's age, a little bit of Ben's age. A lot of Matt Canada's offense just isn't very good, man. It's not. He doesn't have the experience. It's a college type of offense. It's just not good.
Yeah.
So,
do you think? I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Do you think TJ Watt's impact is greater than JJ's was with the Texans? I think JJ was a better player, but I think TJ's impact that he brings to the rest of his team shines through a little more. Do you think that's fair, or do you think they are both just tremendous players?
First of all, they're both tremendous players. I believe, based off what I've seen, I would say TJ is a better player because when JJ wasn't there, they were winning some, but it's just such the scale of justice for TJ is just the scale is just way up. Like when TJ went down, I think second game of the season?
It was early.
It was early. I stuck a fork in this team.
Mm-hmm.
TJ's back, and you're going, wow.
Yeah, they're not eliminated. They need help to get it. They need other teams to lose to get into the playoffs, but
Well, I'm working a game, but they get the Las Vegas Raiders, who just love to give a game away, do they not?
They try. Until someone else literally hands it back to them, they certainly try to give a game away.
Yeah. Also, too, last thing, George Pickens makes an unbelievable grown man catch on the sideline. You talk about a guy you think he was going to be okay. George Pickens' emergence shipped Chase Claypool to purgatory in Chicago. Look at this throw. Look at this catch. He catches the ball over him and still like, wow. What do you do with that?
Pray.
You're thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
He was a guy, and this frustrates me every year. We'll see it again this year coming in the draft. He was a guy who had an injury, and teams knock him down around. Like, people
they do
recover, and it's not even like he was like a Jameson Williams who got hurt coming into the draft. He got hurt prior to his last year at Georgia, and then played and won a title with Georgia. So it's like, all right, we saw him bounce back. We know what his pedigree is. I think he was like the 5th or 6th wide receiver taken in this draft, maybe even 7th.
Because coaches overthink everything. They overthink. Like there's some, there were people that did not get Gronk because of his chronic back pain stuff, and I get it. But then you get another guy who maybe has some other injuries as well. So it's not like you gotta you passed on Gronk because of his injuries, and then you drafted another guy he has injuries too. So it's like, I don't want your quarter because it's scratched. But I'm gonna get the quarter I found when I got out the car. Right there. It's the same thing. It spins the same. It's all a shot in the dark, and you're like, let me throw it. Maybe yes. Like, come on.
Like, I know you're high on Sky Moore's potential.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if the Chiefs just dropped George Pickens into this offense? Because they took Sky Moore over him.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick though.
That's not even a knock on Sky Moore.
Here's why I believe they don't get him. They already had Juju, Valdez, so they had him. You don't want to like in theory, you don't want to have too many guys that are kind of the same.
Sure, Valdez is a 1-year contract though. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand it's a 1-year contract, but what does George do while you're here? Because it's the same thing the Steelers did, is you have to figure out who's going to play, and then eventually somebody loses. Like George is losing. He didn't get to play as much because why? They had Chase.
Yeah.
And so now Chase is gone. They traded him off, but now George is figuring out the game. So that has kind of slowed down his progress.
I also think Pickens would have played more earlier in Kansas City because
he wouldn't.
Because he loves run blocking, and I think that gets him on the field earlier.
Have you not watched the Kansas City Chiefs? They're not thinking about running first.
Andy Reid loves running the ball. That's what he does.
He does. He loves running the ball, but who's his quarterback?
That's why you take the wide receiver who can do both.
I'm just telling you.
He could run block and catch a touchdown on the same play. That's how Andy Reid cooks it up.
And I agree with you, but you can't get the guy on books. You can't. You don't hire 2 plumbers, bro. Even if you think the first plumber may only be, he only going to do 2 or 3 jobs. But that means is the second plumber going to sit there and go, well, I'll wait till this other guy screws up or he isn't good enough. No, that's not going to happen. That's why, I may say it wrong, Pacheco?
Yeah.
That's why, look, remember, I want to be traded. Because he was sitting behind a running back that he knew, and everybody knows he's better than. And look who he's starting.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why.
The 1-year contract I wouldn't have dictate my draft is, I guess, more, not even just talking specific players.
But you also don't know who you're going to get. You don't know who's going to be available.
For sure.
There's a ranking scale. Like Sky Moore is probably ranked over Pickens. That's why, for whatever reason.
Right.
Like man, the combine is such a place where they fill in the gaps, and sometimes players, they're like, I don't know. I didn't like, some of those tests. Are you an alley cat or a lapdog? What's the difference? I don't know what an alley cat does. Does he meow different?
Well, see, that you say fill in the cracks, that doesn't mean they filled them in correctly.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Definitely, 1,000%.
Yeah. So, can I pat myself on the back a little bit? Can we do a little fantasy versus reality?
This is Bandit. He founded Underdog Fantasy so that humans who really love sports could play with their friends and win some big prizes. Tell your human to go to UnderdogFantasy.com today.
Fantasy versus reality. 61% for the season, 17 for 28. Shoot, man, that shoe in the league, that gets you $275 million right there.
All guaranteed.
All guaranteed.
But yeah,
my man Kirk Cousins. How about Kirk Cousins, huh?
How about Patrick Peterson?
Yeah, what about him?
Keeping the team in the game, keeping them focused at halftime. This is what I wanted to ask us, and we were talking about this game. What's the most points you've been down where you actually still thought you
never
won the game?
that.
No, of course, no one's ever done that in NFL history.
Nobody.
only Jeff Saturday. What's the most you've been down where you were like, all right, we actually can win this? Or when do you start going, this just isn't our week?
I don't know. Because watching that game, you scored 30 points in the first half. And then you score the second half, you only score 3 points. Here's my rant on the Jeff Saturday thing. There have been said that Jeff Saturday career has more experience. You are absolutely right. He's won a Super Bowl. He's snapped the ball to one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Peyton Manning. He checks all those boxes as a football player. You know what box he does not check? Super Bowl winning head coach.
Or even assistant coach.
Yes. When you are a football player, you think differently than a coach. Because a football player, you go, I could will it through. Hey, we could get some momentum. You, as a football player, you don't read the room very well because you believe, like you have all these numbers, probability of you catching that pass, 17.7%, 3%. AWS can tell you the velocity in the wind, catching it right here is, that's what you do as a football player. As a coach, you're supposed to be able to read the room and figure out the momentum, take timeouts when you need to, do little things, make sure, kick the field goal for 3 points to win the game. But no, you're going to run it. You're going to run a pass play with your quarterback and your running back, your bell cow is out. And you're going to run the foot. Just doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. But it does make sense for me. Because Jeff Saturday is a great dude. Passionate, man, can make you run through a wall until you realize that wall is not brick or drywall. That wall is concrete. And that wall is an immovable object that shall not move no matter how pumped up, juiced up, or livid or hype you are. That wall is going to tell you, sit down, young man. Jeff Saturday, I said it and I'll say it again. Jeff Saturday should be fired as the interim head coach. He is not qualified. I am not qualified. And no, I have been offered jobs, 3 jobs actually, 3. I've been offered jobs to coach. and I have said no. You know why I said no?
Why?
Because I don't want to coach. I'm not qualified to coach. I don't have the patience to coach. I don't have the energy to coach. I don't have the time to coach. And I don't want the responsibility of coaching. So I have been offered coaching jobs. Head coach job? Head coach? No. Position coach? Yes. I've also been offered consulting jobs too. So everybody's sitting there saying that I'm hating. I'm not hating. I'm just saying that it's very hard to go from analyst to all of a sudden you're going to be the head coach of a team in the middle of a team that has not fulfilled the expectations expected. This team was a quarterback away from being a playoff-bound team. Is this not true?
Super Bowl contender.
A Super Bowl contender. Man, they can't beat the Bad News Bears right now. 1984, 1980. When did the Bad News Bears come out? Man, in the 70s?
Yeah, a while ago, yeah.
In the 70s, yes. They lost their bell cow, their quarterback. Matt Ryan is not the Matt Ryan that we know and love that used to be called Matty Ice from Boston College. He's just Matthew.
He might be. He's now got the biggest blown lead in regular season.
Oh,
Super
that's
Bowl,
not. But that's not it.
London.
He's getting thrown under the bus. That ain't his
for sure.
deal,
No,
bro.
I understand.
That's not his fault. Jeff Saturday did not. He cannot read the room.
He has about Ryan's hurt or not. He has no idea.
Because he doesn't. He is not the coach of the future. If they give Jeff Saturday that job, I will be surprised if he's successful.
Yeah. Not
because he's not a good person or player. I'm not attacking his character. His character is impeccable. He is an unbelievable football player, man. But he is not an unbelievable head coach in the National Football League. Just straight up.
No.
Facts. And I'm not hating. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just telling you what I've seen by experiencing good and bad coaches. And then my little story. Man, I've coached I got 4 kids. I've coached 2 of my kids' flag football team as the head coach for probably 6 or 7 years. Oh, flag football. Oh, great analogy. Did you see that football game? My coaching experience as a flag football coach and Jeff Saturday's coaching as an NFL coach is about the same outcome. Nothing. I realized coaching my son's team in flag football, boy, this is tough. Or I had one kid, he did not want to play football, so he would leave his cleats at the house. Man, I ended up buying him some cleats. And because I bought him cleats, he wore my cleats to the game, and we called him the mad scientist. He literally they would have to roll him out of bed. He played all-time center because he had zero desire to play flag football. Zero desire. I called him the mad scientist because his hair was always like, he literally always rolled out of bed before the games. He rolled out of bed like, hey, Mr. Steve. That's just my experience. I learned very quickly, I'm not built for this. I love coaching my son. I don't love coaching other people's kids who, hey, don't like to listen, don't want to follow directions. Hell, they can't count. Got short-term memory.
Just so I can complete the visual, how old are we talking? Like 7, 8 years old?
Yes. Hey. Rick, we're going to throw you the ball. I don't want to catch it, Mr. Steve. I don't want to catch the ball. I don't want. What's for snack? What's for snack? What's for snack, son? Like that's right. And guess what, people? I was a football player. Sometimes I used to ask hey, what's for lunch? I've asked several times, what's for lunch? Because that dictates my outcome that dictates my effort in practice sometimes. Man, it's 34 degrees outside, coach. We ain't going in the bubble. We outside. what's for lunch, and it better be good. Because if not, I'm tight. I'm tight. Doesn't feel good. Right? That's the stuff that happens. And if you think I'm lying, hey folks, when you go to work, there's always that one person, always a complainer. Okay, that was me. I was the complainer. I needed to know all of what was going on before I committed to practice. Hey, what we got today? Can't work under these conditions. I'm a union rep. We can't work under these conditions.
I'm getting OSHA down here. This isn't safe. This isn't safe for humans to be working in.
Oh, no. I'm a union rep. I'll call the PA. Right? That's what you're dealing with. There are so many different characters, right? 53 men on the team, all from different walks of life, different parts of the country, different experiences, different parenting or lack thereof parenting, over-parenting, helicopter parenting, right? Raise yourself parenting, right? All of that stuff, and you put them in a locker room for 6 or 7 months, 9 months at a time, and they all start to learn each other, and they poke at each other, and they talk about what makes them who they are. You know what that's called? It becomes a frat house, bro. It becomes so entertaining, so fun. And that's why that's when that teamwork comes together, where you don't see it, but those guys really love each other. They really get engaged. And sometimes the coach can never do anything to penetrate that friendship. So that's why good quality coaches are extremely important. It's paramount to have good leadership. It really is. And when you don't have good leadership, when you have suspect play calling, the inability to read the room, the inability to call the proper timeout to slow things down, that's when stuff gets fuzzy. That's what we call in accounting or in business. That's that fuzzy math. Hey, Coley, play of the day. I got to play. You got to play.
I can't. This is the only one I'm checking the comments for because I cannot imagine people are going to agree with you. I just can't.
What was my play? I forgot.
It was the Titans interception before.
Oh, yeah, the Titans interception.
A play no one will remember the rest of history.
Will.
As opposed to you didn't remember it just now. You did.
Shut up. Hey, good job. The play of the day. Let's run my play, and then we'll walk it through. This is an outstanding play. You got the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert has been on fire. He tries to squeeze it in a place he shouldn't. Then you have the tip and the Tony 2 tap in the back of the end zone where there's what we talked about last week, the inches. Taps it in there. What an outstanding play, especially from a secondary who's been really been interesting in covering people. So that's my play of the day. Coley, what is your play of the day?
Listen, this isn't
hey, first,
it's not how I want to phrase it.
There you go. Speak up. Talk with your chest.
I always do. I don't know why you hate
don't.
how I start sentences.
You over there. Talk mumbling. Speak up. Pronunciate.
I'm not mumbling. The idea that I would call this the play of the day is absurd.
Play of the day.
This is the most outrageous play.
Why am I screaming? I don't understand why I'm screaming.
No one knows. Potentially in NFL history.
Yeah. Hold on. The people are saying. So I got to ask you because you are a true Boston complainer, bro.
This guy.
When I ask you this, watch how quickly you answer.
Uh-huh.
Is Jacoby Myers at fault for this?
Yeah.
See? Exactly. How? How is Jacoby Myers?
Why he threw the ball? What do you mean how? You blame Rhamondre? Who do you blame?
Well,
you blame Mac for not mossing Chandler Jones?
No. No. Who called this play? Do you think this is an off-schedule play?
Everyone to a man has said that this was not the play call. Everyone they've interviewed has said that the play was to run the ball and fall down.
Oh, see, after the Las Vegas Raiders exposed me and made me look like a fraudulent Antylus, yes, Antylus, like antelope, Antylus, analysts, as they made me look fraudulent. A friend of the show that hasn't been on the show yet, but I'm hoping that we'll get on the show, Josh McDaniels. I have kind of been sour grapes, bitter beer face towards the Las Vegas Raiders. My optimism, I saw that my boy Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow will be playing. First of all, Hunter Renfrow will play 15 years, and I think I've mentioned this to you, and start his own landscaping company here in South Carolina after 15 years of being a damn good slot wide receiver, making $200 million and then start his landscaping business. And nobody will ever know who he was that guy. I didn't even watch the game because as soon as it started, I saw my guys were playing. I was like, cool. But then I was like, I just can't. I am still a scorned ex-lover of the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, they lost to Jeff Saturday. There's not much to like about them.
No, it was the game they gave away to you know who.
Yeah, last week, yeah.
Yes. So I'm still bitter about it.
They tried to give this game away. They did not score in the second half until there was 31 seconds left, and it's even arguable that they scored then. But this play, they'll be playing this for the rest of time. As long as televisions, as long as recorded media exists, this play will live on. Because it's only the second time in NFL history a multilateral play has ended a game. Do you know the other one?
Yeah, it's the Cow game.
No, NFL.
Oh, NFL?
It was the Dolphins against the Patriots in 2018 when Gronk was playing safety. This was insane. Rhamondre, if the play, this is my newest problem with this play. If the play was just run forward and fall down.
Hold on, so now you have a new problem. That tells you, I said Boston. You're a Boston complainer, and so you have formulated
the complaint first. Guy who used to complain in stretching lines.
Yes, yes. Pot. Yes, I'm the pot. You're the Tupperware. The pot called the Tupperware. Well, you're not black, so I can't call it. You can't. Clear. The pot called the Tupperware. Yes. Clear. Translucent. All right.
If the play call is to run forward and fall down, why not take a knee? It was third down. The Raiders had no time.
Well, maybe they don't believe in their offensive coordinator.
Sure. No doubt.
Sure.
But why not take a knee?
I don't know.
That part's insane to me. Rhamondre runs. He looked healthy as could be. He gets to about the 30. For some reason, pitches it to Jacoby Myers, who runs the wrong direction.
Hold on. What goes in his mind to say, like, there's 11 guys on the field, and he goes, I got an idea.
I see McCorkle.
I'm going to throw the ball to Mac Jones, the most unathletic, slowest guy. Andrews is the center. Your center is faster than Mac Jones.
Everyone on the field's faster. Every single person on the field is faster.
No, not Trent Brown. Not Trent Brown, because
he's harder to tackle.
No, Chandler Jones gave him that fake spin, and Trent Brown is still trying to figure out what happened.
This is my second problem with the play. Why is Chandler Jones covering Mac Jones? Why is he still covering him? He gave up on this play.
Well, because he thought they were going to do the same thing. He thought they were going to
fall down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Jacoby Myers decides, I got a great idea. I'm going to throw the ball back 15 yards to the slowest dude on the team who's going to get, as Will Smith will say, get jiggy with it.
I mean,
look at Mac
Jones.
Jones.
Left side of the field is cleared out. You don't think Mac just tucks it and runs?
Hell to the no. Listen, Mac Jones catching this ball and scampering 60 yards up the field is you got two options, right? You got two options to answer this question. Me getting a full set of hair before Christmas. That's option one, okay? Or two, me waking up by New Year's 6'4". Which one is more improbable than Mac Jones scampering, outrunning? He hasn't outrun Max Crosby in that whole game. But now he's going to outrun him?
I'll take the 6'4". You can stretch. You get an extra week to stretch.
Let me tell you something. If I wake up 6'4", I'm signing. You think Odell Beckham is a high commodity? I'm signing with any team. Any team is signed. If I wake up 6'4", I'm telling you, they will sign me to a $7 million, probably $10, $15 million 6-month year deal to play wide receiver, and I'm only going to a playoff team. Sorry.
Smart.
But I will go to a playoff team. Dang. See, I got so many stipulations now. I don't want to play.
Because you're a complainer.
See, I don't want to play on turf, artificial. I need to play on grass. That it's a lot of different things that I've learned by doing most interesting jobs that so I want to play indoors, but I don't want to play on artificial turf. I need to play on a playoff team. Jerseys have to be cool. I will be wearing 89. So whoever has it, give it up. I really don't want to practice much. I got to shoot my show on Tuesdays. I mean, I guess I would be a diva now. I guess that you would call it high maintenance.
Listen, any team's listening, I'm already 6'5", so everything he just said applies to me as well.
Okay. Touche. All right, run it.
And Chandler Jones catches this ball, and when he turns, it's like if you put a big steak in front of a lion. And
you know, it was like when Dane almost said his name. It was like when that Oklahoma quarterback put the flag in the middle of the field. You remember that? It was some quarterback. I'm not sure. I don't recollect who it was. Not
Matt
to my
got
recollection.
buried deeper into the field than that flag did, because this was. Now, do you think it's unfair to think he should have made this tackle?
Who?
Mac
Jones? You know what I'm happy with? I'm
He's
happy.
still alive?
Actually, no. I don't think he would have died. I'm happy that the referees did not say they're protecting the tackler because he was a quarterback.
Well, the most messed up part of this play, Chandler Jones crosses into the end zone, and on Fox, the yellow flag comes up on the bottom of the screen, and I go, whew, thank goodness. This is getting called. Something happened. This is getting called back. And I think what happened is the refs were like, this is too funny. We can't call a flag here. This is standing. We're picking this up. We're tucking this back in. This was,
I like it.
And what really, my biggest problem with this play wasn't even on this drive. It was the drive before where we went 3 and out, didn't even try to pick up the first down. Oakland already didn't have any timeouts. You pick up we got the ball with 3 minutes left. You pick up that first down, that game's over. Patriots win by 7. We're having a completely different conversation. Instead, we have to punt the ball back. The defense, which had shut out Oakland the entire second half,
which is
kept them in that game. Las Vegas. Kept Las Vegas in that game. They give up the touchdown to Keelan Cole, the college touchdown where he got 1 foot in. You can't put the game in the ref's hands.
Hey, Keelan Cole is about that big, bro. It's like shoes and helmet. That's all I see. And visor. The visor he has, and then COVID, he had the visor in front of his mask.
Smart.
Did you see that?
I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I believe it.
I do, because it was a funny looking visor. I was like, he had the first known COVID mask. He was masked up on the field. Like, yeah, he's had a pretty he's lasted a lot longer than what I thought he would last.
He catches a touchdown like that. When he was in Jacksonville, it felt like every other week.
Yeah, about every couple of weeks he does a good job. He's really
slight,
skinny. Yeah, skinny, slight. Just when you think of football player, he doesn't hit the mark. Even like a track guy, he just Polish. He's like a Pole.
But yeah, going 3-0, giving the Raiders another chance.
That was one of your what, silvers?
Oh yeah. Even looking back, I'd say it was still silver, because again, that was the most outrageous ending to a game in NFL history.
See, we look at silver as different. I look at silver as like, wow, I really missed out. I don't look at that game as I missed out on anything. I can see the highlights and say, yep, I didn't miss anything.
I would have loved to have missed that game, because that was painful. I wasn't even.
So why don't you turn it off though? Like, do you have the ability to turn it off?
How could I turn it? It was the last play of the game. How would I know that was going to happen?
I'm talking about before that. Like, there were so many parts about that game, and I'm like, man, I'm good.
I do like watching our defense. Our defense continues to keep this team in games. Kyle Duggar was awesome. Josh Uche continues to impress.
You learned his name!
No, he's not the guy whose name I didn't know. It's that's Daniel Ekubuele. It's Eukuble, I believe it is.
Well, I don't have any more New England games, so I don't care.
I'm sure. Josh Uche's name I've known since he was drafted. That was never a question.
Okay, all right.
But Josh Uche's continued rise is something I enjoy watching.
Yep.
Matthew Judon, I continue watching.
That's my dog.
I enjoy watching. Raekwon McMillan, I enjoy a lot. I like having a linebacker. It's been a while since Dante Hightower was himself.
I know it has. It has.
Watching the final games of Devin McCourty is hard, because he's been such an important Patriot. I said Kyle Duggar already. Jack Jones.
Do you think Matthew Slater retires after this year?
You could have asked me that the last 5 years, and I would have said yes. So I'll say yes again, but I don't know.
He could still run.
Yeah, he's still a monster. Like, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
As a special teamer, they won't. I don't know if they'll vote him in, but I just think he's a hell of a player. I love him. Respect the heck out of him. Second generation. He's one of those guys that he just makes those plays. You're like, what? And he just doesn't. Like, he's like Troy Brown.
Yes.
I think he's in his 16th year, I believe.
It's 16th or 8th. Like, he's been around.
He's not
the Kevin O'Connell.
He's no spring chicken.
No, the Vikings coach was in his draft class. They were drafted to the Patriots the same year.
Yeah.
So that's how long he's been playing. But this ending was kind of perfect summation of the Patriots season, because this game, much like the Vikings game, much like the Packers game, it's maybe the least disciplined Patriots team I can remember watching. They beat themselves.
Y'all just not a very good team.
No, but that's the point. Like, we're a mediocre team, so when you're not doing the little things, that's how you end up losing those games instead of winning them. I agree. It's a mediocre team. So if they're like, it's the worst outside of, like, Matthew Slater is great. Special teams has been bad this year.
All right. Let's go back to patting myself on the back. So, fantasy versus reality. Kirk Cousins, check. Tua Tagovailoa, check. I called it. And Travis Kelce's double check. Houston Texans are a really good team. People every time the Houston Texans hang around anybody, they're like, oh no, you need to worry. Houston Texans can play football. They just can't play offensive football right now.
Yeah.
2023, I'm telling you, folks, get ready. They're going to be a damn good team in 2023, right? But who we got now for Week 16, fantasy versus reality? Who we got?
We talked about him earlier in the show. Zay Jones, 52.5 receiving yards at the Jets. He put up 109. He's been a monster pretty much.
You said 52.5?
52.5. Against a stout Jets secondary.
The secondary is stout. But I think Doug Peterson is going to bring out if Quentin Williams is not, if he does not play, it's going to be tough. He is a guy in the middle that he's just a different breed. So if he doesn't play, that's going to be hard for them to slow down Jackson. So 52, so you said higher than 52?
Yeah.
He may get like 53.6. So yes,
Okay.
Give me that one. Check.
Drake
Because
one?
Sauce Gardner, anything Drake is doing, hell no. Okay? It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. So sorry. Sauce is going to be covering Christian Kirk.
He'll probably get both of them. Sauce doesn't travel. He stays on one side of the field. So he'll probably get both of them.
But they're going to do something to create some mismatch. What are you saying about Drake?
48.5 receiving yards. He
No,
had 70 last week.
Oh, who are they playing? That
Baltimore.
shows you I don't pay. Nope, they're gonna put
Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, nah, I don't think so. And if he does, great. But that's a risk. That's a risk. Did you not see? No, nope.
Joe Burrow coming off I'm shocked he only had 200 against Tampa. Coming off 200 passing yards, 282.5 at New England.
How much?
282.5.
They're playing that night, huh?
I don't think so. Unless it got flexed. I think it's 1.
No, it didn't. What did you say it was?
282.5.
That's a lot. They only got 231 against Carr last week. No, I put it like this. I say yes on Drake for 50 yards, no on Joe Burrow.
Okay.
So I just backtrack. Rhamondre going against
Cincy, same game. 108.5 rushing and receiving yards. They didn't. So everyone tries to figure out.
Cincy's defense, man, they don't give up a lot of passing or running.
And one thing about, everyone was questioning Rhamondre coming into this week because he had the ankle. Belichick, it's already hard enough from a fantasy perspective to figure out who on the Patriots is going to get the ball in a given week because Belichick doesn't care.
Ain't lying. Yes.
Rhamondre lateraling that ball.
Oh, he might be in the doghouse.
He might not get a touch. He might be completely healthy. No. He might not get a touch.
I agree with you on that one.
So I'm going lower.
I'm going not even. I'm not gonna say this, but not even dressing. There's a bigger chance me waking up as a Caucasian man than Stevenson getting any run this week.
He'll dress just because Belichick will still want to play the chess game against Zach Taylor. But
this is a guy who had almost. Remember, what was the running back y'all had who was balling? When I was in Baltimore, he was balling, and then was late to a meeting and never played again.
He put up 5 touchdowns on the Colts. He played for Notre Dame. I can't remember his name because that was
let me tell you, because he balled, I was doing a photo shoot for that Sports Illustrated to be on the cover, and they gave it to him, and then 3 weeks later, he never played football ever again.
Correct.
You know that?
Jonas Gray
took my Sports Illustrated cover, and he never played football again.
Late to a meeting. Can't do it.
Do you? Yes, I'm still holding on to it, people. Yes, that would have been my second cover. Yeah, they don't. Hey,
I didn't know that. That's very funny.
It's not. Yeah, it's chuckle. It's not funny.
I don't feel too bad for you as I see your other Sports Illustrated corner over your right shoulder. But yeah, that's outrageous. That's you've got one.
I could have had two.
Two would have been
Coulda
great.
had two.
Listen, two would have been great. There's no debate.
Yes, I'm selfish. I'm selfish.
A guy literally coming out of nowhere, stealing your cover, and then vanishing into thin air is pretty funny.
Yes. You know what that's called? Highway robbery. Bamboozle. Run amok. One of my all-time favorite movies, Malcolm X.
Denzel went crazy.
Man, that was a good movie. Anyway.
Daniel Jones, 242.5 total yards against Minnesota, at Minnesota.
The only problem is Giants have so many injuries, man. Even though Minnesota is giving up everything. The whole barn, stable. Their pass rush is pretty darn good, and they just don't have enough guys healthy.
So the Giants have to win their next two or two of their next three to get
good luck. Not happening. It's tough treading for them, bro.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 72.5 receiving yards at your
He's playing the Panthers. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with St. Brown is playing out of his mind. Mm-hmm. That is a really good football team. And you can hope to contain him, but you're not going to shut him down. And here's why. Outside of J.C. Horn, with Action Jackson, Dante Jackson being hurt, Keith Taylor's doing his best, but it's really just tough, man. We're just trying to keep it together. So I don't see them eliminating him completely. I can see that they slowing him down, and slowing him down is those 72 yards.
Right. Yeah, the Jets, I watched that entire game. I would argue the Jets slowed him down, and on third down, the Lions would just move him to the slot, and he would be open.
Yes. Yes. And he runs really good routes, too.
Oh,
He's a damn good route runner. So, yeah, that's it.
For fantasy versus reality, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What's your bronze for this week?
My bronze for this week. Where's my notes?
We basically have a whole weekend of football. Thursday, Friday off, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah,
I'm working Saturday again, and it's going to be cold again. Goodness gracious. All right, so give me. Did you watch the pregame and watch that stuff when I was on TV? Give me your impression of what you thought was going on.
In your head?
No, just whatever.
It seemed like you would have rather been anywhere else on the planet. Just the most frozen human being. The hat was great. It was a great hat.
Man, the hat was clutch, bro. Mm-hmm. The hat was clutch because the beanie that I originally packed, and then my ski gear that I usually ski with, you can't necessarily wear it because then I look like an armed robber, right? You know they are. You know how people think I'm a thug already. So if I just wear the ones with the gaping hole in the nose, like dead presidents.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. You can't be on TV looking like a bank robber.
I think specifically
they say that's bad,
there.
That's bad for business.
I think specifically there, you get the pass for it. Walking around Buffalo, they might be worried.
Yeah.
Breaking out the ski goggles was great. So
the ski goggles, I just kind of did it just because we had been on set for so long because the, Jeff Saturday game, the Minnesota and Colts game, that went over. So that pushed the Baltimore and Cleveland game, I think 15 or 30 minutes back. And so we were supposed to do the pregame being on air at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Bro, we didn't go on air till what? Almost 7.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there and it was just, and they canceled our Thursday night and sent us straight to Baltimore on Thursday. So we were all traveling Thursday. So when I got to Baltimore, it was Buffalo. When I got to Buffalo, it was just dreary, cold.
It was Buffalo.
Snow flurries, and it was just cold all those days I was there. So when I got there, it was just, we sitting on air, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then they used the big set. So we just had the little small set. No blankets, no this, no that. And you go, oh, why do you need blankets? It's 20 degrees outside, and we're stationary staying.
Right.
Sitting there without movement, like me and Mike Rod, we were doing stuff like to get our blood flowing. You're just sitting there. You get chilly.
That's the thing. The people in the stands, they're at least heating themselves up on the inside. They're moving.
Inside, they got beer, they got tea, hot cocoa, you name it. Man, we're just sitting there, stationary staying. So it's like, and then I'm supposed to smile, right? I'm smiling, enjoying this, and the wind's blowing, and snow's getting in my eyes. Like so I was like, whatever.
You heard.
Not whatever, like I'm mad, but it's just like, whatever. Then, some people hit me with snowballs, right? Bro, if making your life great, hit me with a snowball is the highlight of your day. And then gonna call me all kind of names. Oh, you soft. Listen, people, I just get to travel around in great amenities. I'm not soft. I'm just enjoying life. I'm not taking it as serious as you're taking it.
Right.
People are like, oh, bro, I put on the goggles just to have fun. It was dope. It was a great time.
They told you more snow was coming, and you couldn't believe it.
Well, when they told me more snow was coming, I was a little bit taken. I was like, what? Like
here? Snow's coming here.
Yeah. Well, here's what why?
What's the purpose? For what? Yeah.
What did I do to you guys? Right? I tithe. Right? I give to the poor. I say my prayers. Why do I need more snow? Does this brother look like I like to ski, but I don't like to get snowed on.
Right.
So I was just chilling. I did have some heated socks.
Big.
But it was so cold, the heated socks did not work the full 4 hours on charge that they were supposed to work. And in between, I was charging them up. So I just didn't get my full money's worth. So a little bit disappointed.
You had to plug your socks.
So in the comment section at the bottom, can you guys please give me some ideas, either on Amazon, wherever you can purchase them, wherever the warm socks can be purchased. Please give me some suggestions of companies or product that you know actually works. Because we're going to Pittsburgh and it's supposed to be ice storms. Why are you laughing so hysterically?
I'm just picturing every week there's just a new type of storm that you have to deal with.
I know. Yeah.
The way you said ice. You were like, how is it storming ice? What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. It's one of those where I'll go. I give my miles, though. How about that?
Definitely.
Here, a little story, right? I get sidetracked Sally so much, right? Little story. So young Stevan, just like young Costanza. Right. It's always funny when I say it, though.
You love it so much.
I do. So I'm like in kindergarten, right? First grade. Newsflash, wasn't tall then either. So I was washing dishes in first grade on a step stool. So I'm washing dishes, and my mom had a system, and she told me, after you never wash the silverware in the same water with the oil. After because I grew up in a black house. I know that's a shocker, but we got a cast iron skillet. We fry everything. Chicken, gizzards. Gizzards are still chicken, but wings, pork chops, all of that stuff, man. Gizzards. Didn't do chitlins. And so I had this cast iron skillet that she would use to fry it, and I put it in there, but then I realized I forgot like some silverware over there. And bro, I forgot it. Here's what my mom told me. She said, don't ever wash the silverware after the water has been tainted with the grease from the oil, because you can die. You want to scare the bejeebies out of a kid? Tell them you can die. Okay.
You won't forget.
Bro, I forgot.
Oh no.
Would you have two guesses? I don't like giving three. I always like doing two.
Okay.
Two guesses. What was my reaction when I realized it connected the dots of what just happened?
I don't know. I don't even know where the story could
Okay.
go.
All right. I started crying immediately.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm going to die. My life is over. That's how I was parented by my mom. My mom parented me by scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah, death is lurking.
Yes, death is lurking because, and then she told me, well, you'll be okay. She never told me that I won't die. She said, you'll be all right this time. Bro, I went to sleep frightened that I would not wake up.
Right.
I literally slept like this. It was the worst day of my young life at that time.
At that point.
The other thing she would tell me, we made spaghetti, right? When you poor, you always make, I don't know, just poor, big family or short on funds.
Yeah, big pot.
You always made yes. And maybe poor people think it, but I just know it. The second and third day of spaghetti.
Rubbish.
It's not rubbish.
Second or third day?
It's good spaghetti. It tastes better than the first day.
Oh, come on now.
What?
Come on now.
What?
It does not.
Yes, it does. Fool,
No.
what you talking about?
I'm talking as an Italian. As an Italian, let me tell you, it is not.
Well,
it is not.
as
What?
I'm not Italian.
Talk me through it.
Well, here's the story. My mom used to put the basil leaves in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she would tell me if you eat the basil leaf and swallow it, it'll cut your throat and you'll die. Boy, everything was death in my family.
Every corner. It was
every corner. So if you want to know why Steve used to threaten people, because I was threatened as a kid. Wash dishes, die. Eat basil leaves, die. Play football against me and give me PI, you're gonna die. Right? Yeah, so that's how I grew up. That's the Cali life, bro.
I don't know if you can put this on the entire state. I feel like this was very, very centralized to your household. Well, talk to me about why you think it's better the second or third day. What about the taste of it?
It tastes great, bro. What you talking about?
I'm not gonna say it tastes bad. I just think the consistency.
You talking about my mama's cooking now?
I would never.
Yeah,
I would never
die.
Eat it or don't die. Yeah,
die. Yeah. Let's skip to week 16. Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I got the Jets game this week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I do not believe Zach Wilson is the quarterback of the future.
No, it was tough because he looked better this game.
Yeah, he looked better for about he was like a bad airplane ride. Like it was great taking off, but once we got in the air, oh man, the turbulence was terrible.
Yeah, he looked.
You over there buckle up. It's gonna be a rough one, people. Bing! Sorry. We will not be serving anything. It is too bumpy.
But that game is
my Zach Wilson.
That game is still my bronze. Both teams have
game?
Yeah, both teams are fighting for the playoffs.
Yeah, they fighting. But if they keep Zach Wilson at quarterback, all their fight is gone. I don't see it.
I saw there was a Jags fan who made a full PowerPoint presentation to his wife on why he should be able to fly to New York for this game this weekend. And it worked. He's going to be there. Shout out him.
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
He traded. She came back. He showed her the PowerPoint presentation. She came back with terms. One of them was full naming rights for both of. I guess they're expecting twins, and so he gave up full naming rights to both twins to be at this.
Oh, that was not a brother.
And I think it's. I think it was some sort of Spanish.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not a brother. If we got twins, and one of them has to be a boy. Oh, we gonna get a junior up in there. Don't get it twisted. I know my people, dog. I know my people. Hey, I got a deuce. I got a junior, right? Your name, hey, listen, your name could be Steven Lateral Smith Sr., and you're going to have you a junior. Well, and then also my son Peyton, his first name, my first name is his middle name. So, hey, listen. So technically I got 2 kids named after me.
There you go.
But yeah, but I know my people. There's just some things my people do that, hey, I know because I'm them.
Jags can't lose this game. Not with naming rights.
No, I don't think the Jags will lose this game because that's my bronze.
Yeah, same.
Jags, because I can see the Jags beating them because their defense is fast flowing. They're missing some things with the Jets defensive. They can't run the football all of a sudden. I don't know why. Also, too, that offensive line for the Jags, for the Jets, it just isn't right. With Bryce Hall not being there, they can't run the football as much. Michael Carter, shout out to Michael Carter, went to Chapel Hill. He can't get it going. They got Knight, the young kid for practice squad. He can't get it going. They're trying to pass the ball, can't get it going. Joe Flacco gets in there, he gets murdered. Mike White, he's in there, he got multiple fractured ribs. Zach Wilson, he's using his athleticism, but he always is going to do something that just make you go, ay, ay, ay. He just doesn't have it. I don't believe that this is his last. I think this is his last opportunity to show that he can be this quarterback for the New York Jets. He may go to another team and play well, but I think his time, if he does not improve, is over for his time with the New York Jets because of how bad he's been in decision-making. It's not that he can't play. His decision-making is cringeworthy.
Yeah. All the biggest plays of the Jets-Lions game, he was targeting Braxton Berrios and not Garrett Wilson, not Elijah Moore. And it's not that Braxton Berrios is bad, but he's also not a guy you stretch the field with. He's not a guy you're targeting 40 yards down the field like you would a Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore.
And even some of those throws were suspect.
Right,
bro.
yeah, they weren't on target either. That was the other problem.
That one, he threw one and he was getting sacked. I'm going, that is why he cannot play for this team. Mm-hmm. His decision-making is not great. So that's my bronze. Who you got for Week 16?
That's my
bronze.
Oh,
wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Look at you cheating off my paper.
I said it first. Check the tape.
That's a first.
Check the tape.
That's a first.
Check the tape. I said it first.
Hey, I'm proud of myself. I got my co-host is cheating off my paper. That I love.
Check the tape.
All right. Oh, so we going underneath the hood?
Yeah,
and
go underneath I said it first.
Oh,
check the tape.
Oh, that's a shame. Right? You ever seen that commercial? It's like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. I like those replays. I didn't put it there. Yes, you did. No, let's go to replay. And they go, oh, you're right. All right, silver. For you, who you got silver?
Seattle, Kansas City.
Why? Seattle's going to lose.
Ton of points. Patrick Mahomes can stamp his MVP this week if Jalen Hurts does not play. If Jalen Hurts does not play, Patrick Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen. That's who it's out of. It's not Patrick Mahomes, bro.
That's not what the odds say.
Okay, you didn't have to. I didn't ask you to eat a beet salad, bro. I didn't say eat your vegetables. Which vegetables? Do you like vegetables? You don't look like you like vegetables.
I don't particularly enjoy them. Does anybody?
Oh, I do. I love broccolini. Love some broccolini.
Broccolini's good.
Yeah. Fried. I like calamari.
Calamari is not a vegetable.
I agree, bro. I agree. Cauliflower. Can't make any mistakes on this thing, huh?
You're saying
saying
I don't look like I eat vegetables, and you're like a nice calamar. That's my favorite vegetable. Yeah.
First of all, I did not say calamari. All right, got sidetracked. My silver would be Commanders at San Francisco. I think San Francisco is going to bully them all around offensively. I would imagine Carson Wentz is probably going to get thrown in the fray. That ain't going to go well.
No, it sure won't.
Yeah. Nothing more is worse than watching an under-pressure quarterback try to will his way through it and has no ability to do it.
We haven't really talked about San Francisco since they've made the switch to Brock Purdy. Are they still a Super Bowl contender with him under center in your eyes?
As long as Kyle Shanahan is the coach and run the offense, he is the guy that can hide every deficiency from a quarterback known to mankind, and other teams still can't figure it out. I think if Brock Purdy still keeps playing the way he's playing, it's going to be very interesting to see how many games does Trey Lance start next year before he's replaced with Brock Purdy.
Does he make it to training camp?
Yeah. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be Trey Lance's job to lose, and he will lose it.
What would Purdy have to do if they win the Super Bowl? Do you think they're still giving it to Trey Lance?
Dang, that's loaded. But you have to, because the theory is Trey Lance would have been that guy on paper because of how much equity they gave up to acquire him in the draft.
I don't disagree, but his trade value might be the highest it is this offseason.
Nobody's trading for Trey Lance based off what we saw out of him.
Think of the other quarterbacks that are going to be available to trade. Zach Wilson, Carson Wentz again, Matt Ryan again. Like, there's not a lot of competition unless the Ravens do the unthinkable and put Lamar.
But you still have Love with the Packers. He's not going to continue to sit back there.
No, he won't. But he also has 1 year less on his deal. So it's you're trading for Trey Lance with more control over him from a contract standpoint.
Nah, Trey Lance can't play, bro. I don't think he can.
I don't know if Jordan Love can play either. We've seen him look good once in cleanup duty.
We haven't seen Trey Lance look good at all.
Sure, I don't disagree. Maybe if Mr. Hide All the Deficiencies didn't run his quarterback right into the middle
he ran him because of what we saw with Atlanta with Desmond Ridder. I'm telling you, bro, he is not the guy.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
You don't trade for him. You don't trade for that jalopy. Don't do it. I don't care what you say. It looks like, listen. Do you know what kind of engine Trey Lance is? A Bentley. Do you know what kind of engine is in a Bentley?
A good one?
A Volkswagen. Did you know that? That's who owns the company.
Yes.
Look it up.
No, I know.
Trey Lance is a Bentley with a Volkswagen engine. He got a Jetta engine right there. A Rabbit. Looks good. Sounds good. It rims. But guess what? Nope.
So does Purdy even have to win the Super Bowl then to claim that job?
No, I don't think he does. He keeps playing the way he's playing. It is Trey Lance's job, and he will lose it. Okay. I'm telling you. There's nothing I've seen in a small sample size, right? You go to Costco.
Oh, yeah.
All you need to do is take a bite, and you realize, that's good. Let me buy it. Or, I'm straight. We got to fast through.
We're on gold, and my gold is two teams, once again, fighting for the playoffs. It's Cincinnati. It's New England. I do not expect the Patriots to win this game. But they have to, or their season's over.
It's not going to happen, bro. It's Purdy's job to lose, but Trey Lance he's going to be there. They have to, out of respect.
If someone puts one first rounder on the table for Trey Lance, they will trade him just to recoup some of those picks.
I hope so. I don't know who would.
Listen, the Commanders, the Colts. These are teams that consistently trade for worse quarterbacks.
Well, no, because you don't know the Colts. Who's going to be the quarterback? I mean, who's going to be the head coach?
For sure. I'm just saying, historically, these are teams that have done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Touche. All right.
But my goal. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My goal, your goal is probably the same one. Philly, Dallas, huh?
No. Philly, Dallas. Both those teams are already clinched. Both those teams are already in. And
but it's
Jalen
still
Hurts.
going to be a good game.
Jalen Hurts might not play. That lessens the caliber of that game.
So, if you go with Cincinnati, New England.
I said it while you were texting. Yeah, that's a must-win game, really, for both of them.
I'm not watching that game. Cincinnati's going to beat y'all.
Most likely. I would say.
So, if that's most likely, why are we going? Why are you going?
Because one of the best offenses in the league versus one of the best defenses in the league. That's entertaining. Say it's not one of the best defenses in the league. You know it is.
It is.
Right.
I do.
Right.
I couldn't say anything after that. When you said it, I was like, you right.
It's the first time we've faced Jamar Chase, too. And it was one of the...
You better watch out for T. Higgins. Damn, Jamar Chase.
The Zach Taylor better watch out for T. Higgins. He might sneak on the field when he's not looking and play when he's not supposed to.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, this is a great show, bro.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
You have anything you need to get off your chest before Christmas and New Year's?
What do you mean?
I was giving you the
repent?
floor. No, I'm not. No, I said anything you have to get off your chest, like football wise. Not.
Oh, are we not recording next week?
Yeah, we are, but it'll be after Christmas.
But pre-New Year's.
Just go with it, man.
I do want to say Merry Christmas to you.
Humbug.
To all of our viewers out there, all of our listeners.
Hey, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, for Christmas, for the holidays.
We hit 15,800 subscribers. Thank you. I got 4 biracial children that are going to have an outstanding Christmas because of you folks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Well, hey, listen, if I ever, but I doubt it based on seeing things now, I probably would never spend a night at your house because your dog.
Why do you not believe that I wash things?
He's licked his balls. He's licked his butt.
He doesn't have balls.
He's stepped in. All I'm saying is your dog has been laying on a guest room bed for 2 hours. That dog does not smell like roses, bro. Look at him. He even knows it. He says, he looking at you like, Coley, Steve is right. He got me, dog.
Yeah, I'm sure he's dying to get off the bed.
No, he's not. He's going, Coley, I ain't moving, and he right. Look at him. He went back down like,
yeah, he's chilling.
Yep.
He's having a great
Yeah,
old
he's
time.
chilling. I'm not sleeping in that bed where that dog just been chilling, chasing squirrels and snakes, and then he just laying on the bed. He's like, yeah, okay.
Where do you think I live? Where there's squirrels and snakes?
Well, you have grass in your backyard.
It's Maine.
Maine is not Antarctica.
Right now it might be. If you didn't like what Buffalo had going on, you would not love what Maine's got going on right now.
I didn't have a problem with what Buffalo had going on. I just prefer not to be there at that exact moment. But I did do something cool. I have played in college in bad weather. I played in the NFL in bad weather, and I have broadcasted in bad weather. Trifecta, baby.
That is
Hat
the
trick.
trifecta. That's
what?
big.
Yep. I still ain't sleeping in your house. You got your dog laying on it. That's bad hygiene, bro. I'm just saying. Your in-laws sleep in that bed?
Oh, yeah.
Of course they do. Yeah.
In-laws, my mother. I'm trying to think who else.
I got you. Listen,
that's your
I'm
preference.
high maintenance.
That's your preference. Yeah.
That's my
As
preference.
we went over during the show.
I'll use my Marriott points. Don't worry about it. I'm Steve Smith Sr.
Coley Mick.
You listen to Cut To It. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments. Hey, check us out next week.